Hello and welcome to episode 16 of Ryuutama Seyo, aka Travel, our Ryuutama show here on Twitch. It has been, thankfully, many fewer weeks than the last break we took between episodes, and we're here! I'm super excited to be back to this on a regular schedule. My show schedule the past, month or so has been fucking bananas with shows canceling and moving and postponing and all sorts of stuff. So it's nice to be here 2 weeks in a row and get to hang out with all of you. So speaking of which, one of you I have seen today already, but most of you I haven't seen in a hot minute. So let's go around and talk about how we've been. Starting with Jess. How you been?
Hi. I have had a week.
Mm-hmm.
We can leave it at that. Thursday was literally the worst day ever, but Thursday is over and now I'm here.
We did a session 0.5, a session one half.
A session 0.5 for the next Ryuutama show I'm throwing on my channel. Promise Tree is still happening, but I'm running another one, and Dylan's going to be in that one because I need to run some Ryuutama for Dylan someday. A little more than a one-shot, two-shot thing. It's very shippy. We've all determined that Dylan is just an anime protagonist, always, in every show that I run for him.
That's fine.
And I don't know. We did some world building, and there's a kingdom of evil magical lesbians, so that's cool.
Yeah, there was some decisions were made that were mostly memes and verbal shit posting that ended up being real.
The two mains played by Dylan and Julie are eloping to Fantasy Canada so they can get married.
Yep.
I don't know how I'm going to sell this show, but that's the pitch right now.
Fantasy Canada. Okay.
I think you can focus in on what it isn't, but what it kind of is, which is Snow White with the red hair, the Ryuutama show.
Yeah, basically.
But there's so much, you just should not let Em and Julie and me, and probably Megan either, sit in a space together.
That specific configuration is exactly what I wanted.
You should not let those people sit in a space together unsupervised for longer than 5 minutes.
I think else 30 seconds.
Or else you end up with Jess posting a character inspiration image and Em immediately saying Kingdom of Titty.
Yeah, that's super
what the
happened.
show is now.
It's super happened. So it's fine. It's gonna be very exciting. We have a Blue Ryujin. He's going to be my very dramatic son who's gonna break the fourth wall at every conceivable opportunity and talk to everybody in chat.
So excited.
Good stuff.
It's gonna be weird and delightful, and I'm hyped for it.
So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was fun. We watched the Hakuoki movies last night. My community and my heart hurts a little today. It's fine.
I have some feelings. Hakuoki, where are you? I just want to talk.
I'm gonna go cry now.
Man, God, part of it is the movies were so much better than the remade games. Objectively, but there were still parts of it where it's just why are we doing this? Why would you do this to me, you monsters? Could you not? And it was literally the worst timeline.
Basically.
But
it's so good.
Yeah, the animation was great, and I really feel the best version of Hakuoki would probably be the pre-remake version of the game, but with all the combat scenes and stuff animated like the movies. That would be so good.
100%. The remakes are a little bloated, and the back half of them are. I don't like the rewriting they did. I hate it so much sometimes.
That's Edo Blossom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Edo Blossoms effect is real.
Strong.
But I mean, I think part of it is when you're making a visual novel, right? When you're working with mostly static imagery and written word, you're pretty limited in terms of what you can do action, like high action wise. And they do a pretty good job with the limitations of the medium and presumably the engine that they're working in. But like the writing just doesn't quite sell how badass all of those characters are, and then you fucking watch the movie and it's like, everyone is so cool.
I'm super not over watching Shiranui roll the fucking gun across his bicep.
Yeah.
It's the most shonen garbage you will ever watch in a series that's actually aimed at women.
I would never have thought of that, and now I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't think a revolver could be sexy, but Shiranui, get at me. Shoot me dead right here.
Yeah, it's wild. Highly recommended, but come emotionally prepared to probably cry.
It's not happy. It's not.
Nope.
It's no.
Nope.
Uh-uh.
No. But it's a delightful 2 movies.
Yeah. Yeah, so, well, hopefully this show will be happier than
I'm sure.
those movies.
We're super just off the heels of Dragon Dad being dead, so how sad could it be?
I mean, it'll be sad and upsetting, which actually I do want to talk about. We'll go through introductions, but I want to talk about some content warning stuff and some other things before we actually get into the show. But thank you for bringing that up because I would have forgotten. Yeah. So this is gonna be good. It'll be a nice palate cleanse. Maybe not a palate cleanser, but a transitional phase from Hakuoki into this and then out into your week. Moving around the digital table, Summer.
Hi.
How are you, friend? How you doing?
Great.
What you been up to?
Nothing. Why do you ask me this every week? Then I have to think about what I did this week.
That's the idea.
The only thing that happened this week, other than I do production on Thursdays and Fridays, and Jolie can attest. Thursday's session was a buck wild, but so dramatic. It's so good. But the other thing that happened this week is I took Wesley to his 2-month appointment, and he got 3 whole shots. And he's a perfectly healthy baby. He's huge.
Yay!
But watching him get 3 shots was like way harder than I thought it would be. So like babies don't cry tears when they cry. They just make the face and like yell. Right. He cried a single tear. It was the first tear he's ever cried from these shots. And I was like, well, now I'm going to cry. So we were both just crying in the doctor's office. And I was like, it's okay. He's going to be fine. So he was grumpy for a few days just from the little chunky legs are so small. And the needles are so big. And I'm just like, it's going to be okay. But that was literally all I did this week. And just dicked around online.
You made a game.
As I do. Oh. Yeah?
Yeah, you did.
You made an entire game.
I made a whole game this week. I literally fucking forgot.
You definitely did.
We
were talking about it.
My that day just disappeared. Because I didn't do anything else that day. I was working on a 2-player game that is a little less sad than knowing you. And I had this idea for a tarot reading game. And I was like, well, time to stop everything else I'm doing and work on this. And so I started it the night, I guess this was Wednesday or Thursday? I don't know. It's hard. Time is hard. But I spent literally like 6 a.m. from when I woke up to that night, probably around 6 or 7, literally just making the game, and I finished the whole thing, and it's out, and you can buy it. It's kind of like it's part storytelling, but it's also kind of meant to be an introductory kind of game to reading tarot cards. Normally when you read tarot cards, you get a pack, and it comes with a booklet that tells you what that artist's interpretation of the cards are. Of course, there are more like universal ideas of like what each card means. And so I just did some research and found like what the most like universally accepted short phrases for each tarot card are. And so when you draw the tarot card, literally your reading is written on the card. So you don't have to like go to a booklet or anything like that. You get
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And it's a game about you're an oracle and you ask questions to your oracle friends and you predict the future, and it's called Futurity. So check it out. It's gonna be fun. It can be really sad if you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be.
So it's really sad if we play together.
Yeah. There are definitely some sad prompts, but like getting left at the altar kind of prompts are in there is like one of them, and like people dying as other ones, and like avalanches and, you know, dark storms and like that kind of stuff. But
okay.
Other than those, there's also happy prompts. So
wow, yeah. How balanced of you.
Thank you. It's like 50-50. I tried to make it nice. But yeah, I did that this week. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
Maybe next time I make a game, I'll remember that I did.
Instead of just making it and being like, I've never made a game before.
Yeah, and I actually updated my my Couch Dungeon game to have a new move in it. Yeah, now it has a move where okay, so generally you can get attacked by other kids and they can push you off your furniture. Now if you're pushed off furniture, you have a chance to tattle and like tell an adult. And
good. That's good.
But if you miss, they immediately yank you from the game. So because they're like, because you're like whining and like not having, you're ruining everybody else's fun, and they're like, I can't deal with you. So they literally just take you out of the game. So it's like you're not forced to roll it, you have the option to roll it. But yeah,
risky.
Nice.
But good. I like it.
Risky but good. Yeah. So I
is there a why can't I think of the term now? Like when you're not success but not a miss, but in the like partial success?
Yeah. So on a hit, the parent, because you complain about like getting pushed off your furniture, they drag over a +2 chair for you. So like you get a benefit for rolling. So they give you a piece of furniture. Yeah. And if you roll a 10+, the kid that pushed you off the furniture has to stand their ground the next turn, which stand your ground can lead to you losing the game. So it's a pretty big ouch if you get a 10+. You like basically are like, they pushed me on the furniture, make them pay, mom. Yeah. So.
I had so much fun watching you play it last week. Like I just want to play. Like it's really fun.
Yeah, I think it's also a game that you can easily play with people who don't really play role-play games very much. Like I showed it to 2 of my friends this past Friday who don't know anything about tabletop games, and they like understood it because it comes from a concept of a game that they've played before.
Right.
It just has like a cup, like rolling some dice in it. But
what is it like to have friends who don't know role-playing game stuff?
It's really fun to tell them things and like see their expressions when they're clearly not tracking what you're saying, but they really want to be there for you.
Like that.
Where they're like, I support you in everything you do, but I don't understand what you mean. It's like telling my mom about it. You know, she just doesn't get it, but she's very supportive.
At this point, like, I mean, most of my friends are in this Zoom call right now. But like most of my friends are RPG people. And like my parents are the ones that got me into role-playing games as a kid. And like my sister hasn't played role-playing games in a long time, but she also was brought into role-playing games at the same time that I was. So like it wasn't really until like college, I think, that I made some friends that didn't know RPG stuff. And then I made a friend in that friend group who was also into RPGs, and then we just grabbed everyone and was like, hey, come play this game with us.
I mean, I really didn't play any until my first game of D&D like 3.5 years ago. Nothing before then.
Dang.
So it happens.
And now you're both fucking nose deep in it.
Yeah. I was just over in the Gaia forums doing text RPs.
Oh
high school.
Man.
Yeah, what a wild time.
I was not on those forums. I was on older stuff 1.5 million years ago as a tiny teenager.
Yeah, I tried some like BBS forum roleplay when I couldn't get my friends to play D&D as a teenager, and I just couldn't with it because I was like, but what if I don't check the forum for 2 days and then everything's changed? Like, I don't
you
like
got to be
this.
religious about it. You got to check constantly. It can get away from you so
what if
quick.
one person says a thing and then both people reply to that, and like, it's just...
That's why you have set groups.
Forum roleplay is a mess.
It's a true disaster, but it's so entertaining.
And, I'm not going to say that it's not good for the people that are into it, but I am not that person.
Yeah. It can be stressful, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't talk to me anymore.
Okay. Never again. Summer's gone.
Never again, I quit.
All right. Jolie, I'm sure this will take a long time.
Yeah. Long time no see.
Summer's gone.
I'm good. Summer's gone.
Oh. What do you mean?
I turned off your camera on the overlay. You're back, it's fine.
You did?
You said never talk to me again, so...
Oh.
Oh my god.
I was like, my computer seems fine. Like, everything crashing. I'm right here. I'm never leaving. You know this. I can say I quit 1,000 times and I will literally never leave.
It's true. All right, Jolie. I haven't seen you in 3 hours.
I know, it's been a solid 3 hours. What was I going to say? Summer, when you brought up the game on Thursday, I just remembered, so on Thursday when we were playing Urban Shadows, Matthias had a prompt question for us that was, what's your character's favorite constellation? And honestly had no idea what it was leading up to the stream. I was just like going through names of constellations, and then like just as we started streaming, I like picked one, and it was Auriga, which is the charioteer. And I was like, why do I love this one? And I was like, I think because my character is a fairy, I was like, I think I literally was in a relationship with this constellation.
Oh.
And I'm literally in love with this constellation, and there's like, what's that about? And so now I'm like obsessed with this idea that my character is in love with this constellation. And so Matthias and I were talking about maybe playing Star-Crossed at some point between the
literally
Star-Crossed.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's
so
perfect.
I really want to do that. I think it'll be super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You got hit on the head.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And then I got hit on the head by a different kind of star. So that's just my life.
I did hear that there was some rocks fall and everyone dies.
Very close to death.
Which is
Doesn't
classic.
it suck when you get hit on the head with a rock and you die? Because Dylan did that to me one time. Remember that, Dylan? When you hit me on the head with a rock and I died?
No.
Arrow? And I literally had to rewind time to not get hit in the head with a rock. How dare you? Forget.
I'm sorry.
The literally most stressed I've ever been in a game.
I'm just so used to trying to kill you, Summer, that it all blurs together.
You're like, I've thrown so many rocks. I just can't remember which one connected.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you don't even have to try to kill me.
Yeah, I have to like pull you away from the edge every episode and be like, hands away from the stove. Don't touch that. It's sharp. What is that in your mouth, Jess? Yeah.
Other than that, we played a fun game of Burning Wheel finale today. And
yeah,
it's in a cool place. It ended in a really
that was. I don't want to spoil it.
yeah,
but that we had some.
Can't you just say spoiler alert and tell us what happened?
We had some. You know what? Sure. If you're watching this on YouTube and you don't want spoilers, skip ahead a little bit. If you're watching this on Twitch and you don't want spoilers, I'll drop a little. I'll put an Anaris shield in the chat when I'm done discussing the spoilers. But we tried to break into the city by bribing a guard. We were going to spend our money or my money rather, on that, and then Jolie very helpfully volunteered to try and convince the guard that he was duty bound to spend
his own money.
Yes, to do
Instead
these
of spending
bribes.
our money to bribe the rest of the guards, use his own money to bribe the rest of the guards. Because we had a relationship. I'm a nun. I said it was good for his soul, basically, to contribute his own money to this cause. And it was a massive failure.
It was so close to a success.
It was close. Yeah.
But Jolie had -1 die from an injury, which we did roll afterward to see if it would have succeeded, and it would have. That injury may have been from my character poisoning Jolie's character to prove a point.
So
That's the way
had
to
he
do it.
not poisoned me, we would have succeeded at this roll, and the guard would have helped us and contributed his money to the cause.
And instead we all went to prison.
Yeah, we all got put in prison instead.
Don't poison your friends.
Don't poison your friends.
Don't
yeah.
poison your sister. Yeah.
Yeah. To
that's-
prove a point.
Yeah.
Monster.
I mean,
No
it
poison to prove a
worked.
point.
It got us to the city, right? It got Zabia to be like, sure, we're going to the city. This is what we're doing. The prison bit was a little unfortunate, but then there was some god stuff because Zabia can't fail a faith roll apparently.
Yeah, every time I would pray to the gods, it would succeed,
Yeah.
which is just, I don't know
Bonkers.
how.
There was
I
an
did some amazing things.
odd 8 roll. Yeah. And then
And I succeeded at it.
And then I did a really gruesome murder, a really viscerally brutal poisoning. That woo, yeah, that character was not a good guy. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
And then at the very end, we learned in this really cool, connected way.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that because in our story, the God King had died. This was in the mythos. We learned that there was someone coming that was the king to end all kings, and that's why the God King died. And so it was a really fun contrast between Dylan's character killing the ruler of the city and finding out that this is happening in the heavens as well. So yeah, it was a really cool ending.
That is really cool.
It was good
Yeah.
shit.
That's awesome. Spoilers
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Shield. You're safe.
We had fun. It was good.
If you're on YouTube, I hope you skipped far enough ahead.
You can drop a timestamp
Oh.
for them.
I'm probably not gonna do that.
Now they know that you had the option to and you chose not to.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if I remember, but probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. Lindy,
Hi.
how have you been?
I've been packing. So.
Fun.
Yeah, packing. That's been my life. Couple games and more packing. So I'm real excited for this game since a break from packing.
Whew.
Packing sucks.
Yeah, I hate it. It's
You
fine.
get to go
This
from
is-
packing to baggage.
This is the first year in 6 years that I haven't moved. Year's not
Whoa.
over, so who fucking knows?
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
we'll see. It's awful. I'm so sorry for you, Lindy.
Yeah.
But it'll be
over.
over before you know it.
I will be done about this time next month, but I start moving the 1,000 miles in a week and a half. So
That is
Are you-
not an insignificant move.
Are you
it's
gonna walk
not.
500 miles and then walk 500
We're gonna drive
500
500 more.
more?
Just to be the people who drove 1,000 miles.
All right, we are now officially the Reclaimers cover band.
Bad cover band.
Probably.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Because we don't really cover it. We just like drop
just
lyrics
make
in
references to
conversation.
Yeah, I mean, but our other material is really good.
Look, we're a little avant-garde, okay?
Can you imagine the 5 of us on stage having this conversation and people are just waiting bated breath for like song references?
Are you gonna?
When are they gonna say it? We don't know.
Look, we're gonna reach the end of the series, and I'm gonna surprise all of you with this entire show just being a reference to, like, a really long, complicated reference to something.
Oh my god!
Just you wait.
I've been hoping that all these notes would go to you someday.
If you look in the first letter of each episode,
if our title were a more obscure word, I'd be waiting for the title drop. But the title drop happens anytime we're like, okay, let's get on the road so we can travel.
But it's not. We haven't technically gotten a title drop because it's a very specific.
Well, sure.
form.
If you take the Japanese,
like it's not let's go, because we could have done what is it, ikimasho?
Mm-hmm.
What it is, it's a specific like imperative form of let us come together and travel, which I'm a nerd. Also, major props to my roommate Ayaka for helping me with the Japanese on that.
Always leverage your friends who are fluent.
Yeah. Get reference from people who actually know the language. Don't just use Google Translate if you can avoid it. Don't do it. But yeah, well, I am sorry about your moving woes, Lindy. But...
Fine, you're gonna keep hearing about them for about the next month, and then I'll be done. And I'll be like,
Great.
yay!
Okay, so should I just just record this part and play
Just
it
record
for
this
your...
part. Hey, I've been packing. Hey, well,
Okay.
except each time I need to look a little more haggard with like more bags under the eyes. We'll pre-record some. Just have them
Okay.
ready.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
God. This week happened. What happened this? Oh my God. Spellforce was this week. I finished Spellforce 3 finally.
After.
I may have misjudged how much was left in the game. You may recall last week, I was like, I think I'm about an hour out from the end. And it really did feel that way, right? It felt that way. I asked Jess, she was like, based on what I remember of the script, that feels about right. I booted up the game on Wednesday for stream, and I started playing, and I got through the first mission, and then they said, well, we need to gain more allies. And I was like, oh no, this is not an hour of game, is it? But you know what? I said I was going to finish this game tonight, so I am going to finish this game tonight. Never let me say that again. If I ever... Because I've done this twice now, and I think it's even pretty close to 2 games in a row. So I did that with Prey.
It was like 9 hours.
It was 9 hours.
my
Yeah,
God.
it was 9 to 9.5 hours of streaming. Yep.
You psycho. Why didn't you stop? But why did you stop?
Because I said I was going to
6
finish
hours.
it.
Okay, at 6 hours is the perfectly reasonable point to go, you know what? It's been 6 hours. I feel like I need to go to bed. What time was it?
I have an instinct, okay? If you look at Dylan as a burning wheel character, I have an instinct that says, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do everything I can to do it. And that's sometimes really good. It helps me be more reliable. It means I'm great at committing to things. It does also mean that sometimes I stream for 9 hours, when I was planning to stream for about 5. So
Was the case also
Oops.
that like you kept thinking that you might be getting close to the end, so you're like, I'm just gonna power
No,
through?
not really.
No?
Like,
Okay.
after the first hour, I was like, we've got a couple hours of this. And then I
Yeah.
got to about 4 or 5 hours, and I was like, we're in the home stretch. But it wasn't until, like, about the 7-hour point where I was like, okay, we're basically there. It was just the last 2 hours of the game really stretch out. There's a lot of, like, wide open levels that you can't move quickly through. Which sort of inflated the duration of the game. But, you know, it happened. It happened. I did it. I survived, and I finished the game. And and I kept my word. And that's really what is important here. Is saying that I'm going to do something and then doing it. Okay, before we get into the game, holy shit, this intro has gone long. Before we get into the game, I want to handle some serious business at the top of the show. First, this episode is going to be dealing with some difficult subject matter coming off of our mid-season finale. There was a death. There's been some grief related to that. But we are also going to be exploring territory in this episode and probably the next few relating to post-traumatic stress disorder. So if that is a problem for you, viewers, if you have a comfort issue and you need to step out and just like look at recaps or something like that, that's totally fine. Do what is comfortable for you. It is travel, so I'm not going to be like, it's not From Dust, right? I'm not trying to hurt. I'm not trying to hurt the players, right? Like we're gonna do some mean and uncomfortable things to the player or the characters, the player characters, so that they can grow through it. But I wanted to not surprise anyone with that because I know that's a sensitive area for a lot of people. The other thing is I want to take a moment to talk about a real life thing, because this show is super anime themed and we pull a lot from the genre. I wanted to point some eyes toward a GoFundMe. Kyoto Animation is an animation studio in Japan that was the subject of a pretty horrific arson attack this past week, and it's really tragic. And Kyoto Animation legitimately makes some of the best work in the industry. So if you watch anime at all, you've probably seen something that they made. And even if you hadn't, if you have some money to spare, there is a GoFundMe put up by their U.S. distributor to help support the individuals, the survivors, and the affected families of people that were hurt and killed in the attack. So if you can support that, please do. I will put a link in the YouTube description as well. So, yeah. But that out of the way, why don't we hop into some Ryuutama? Last session we saw the group reunited as the Oni sort of left to lick their wounds. The party returned or gave the Amulet of Seasons to the Temple to Summer and brought about the beginning of the new season. There were some touching and also hilarious and also disastrous moments in the palace. And that led to some hijinks involving repairing a door kind of poorly, but also some sweetness with Lamb and Mule. And then after the coming of summer, the city erupted into sort of like a citywide celebration. The party sort of meandered around for a bit before Kiro and Danjin decided to go and be party people outside in the streets, while Lamb and Mule had a conversation that I personally had been waiting for for a very long time, where they finally confessed their feelings for each other, and it was amazing and good. And then Kiro came through the door beating someone up. So, yeah. That's where we left off, and that's roughly where we come back in on episode 16. Boo-doo-boo-boo. First few steps. A home for whom? We see a crumbling tower in a brown swamp. A young boy with fine clothing and 2 small horns steps from the ancient entryway, and with a wave of his black-gloved hand, a shimmering barrier rises around the tower, reflecting off his emotionless, gray eyes. He makes his way through the rotting landscape toward the familiar gilded city of Aurora Mire, shrouded in its cloud of furnace-like smoke. He leaves our view, and we cut to a poorly maintained street. A raven flutters down onto the eave of one of the houses, and he watches as the young shopkeeper emerges from across the street and begins to pluck weeds from the cracks between the paving stones. Perhaps, he thinks, one day she will be plucked as well. A life ended with all the ceremony of a morning chore. Yet should she remain unharmed, should she face the passage of time, then some day she will wilt. Her color will fade, her limbs grow weak. And though her life is sure to go, there is but one thing my heart must know. What grave is there, either high or low, befit to hold such beauty in the soil below? The raven's attention is pulled away from the scene before him, and a flap of wings sends him away from the words he cherishes and toward the words he knows he must write. The festivities in the City of Sun have begun to wind down as the hour approaches midnight, and Danjin finds Kira reclining on the steps of the inn as he makes his way back. What do you do?
Hey, sis.
Oh, hey.
What did you get up to? I was looking for you.
I was getting in a fight.
I think
What?
Kira's got some bruises that are beginning to form.
Hero, what did you... And Danjin comes over and, like, starts inspecting the bruises.
It's fine.
Like,
It's fine. Ow. I mean, it's fine.
who did you...
I
who'd you
don't
get in a fight
know.
with?
I
You don't even know?
I didn't ask him their name. You don't go.
You just fought with a
pardon
stranger?
me. Who are you? What? Good day, sir.
Hero.
May I punch thee in the face? But first I must know thy name. No, I just...
Where are they now?
Not here. They stumbled off.
Are
While
they
ago.
okay? I've seen
I
you
didn't
punch
break.
things.
I didn't break anything. It's just, I made sure to hit nothing vital.
I'm so confused by this. You just... Okay. You're being very evasive. You're being more evasive now.
No, I'm just sitting on some steps and you walked up and said hi.
Okay.
Okay.
Danjin comes and, like, sits next to you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to tell me about the person you punched if you really don't want to.
I don't really know them, so...
Or why you punched them is more what I'm getting at, Kiro.
Oh, well, you didn't ask that.
I thought that I did, but okay.
Did you? Oh.
Memory's a little cloudy right now.
Is your head okay?
It only got hit a few times. It's fine. Thick skull, all that calcium.
Mhm.
I was just mad. So I thought if I get in a fight, I'd feel a little better.
What,
I feel a little better.
what were you mad about?
They nabbed you, Danjin. You can't just get nabbed like that?
Well, it's my fault, really.
No, I mean not the punchy one. They're real punchy. There's 3 of them and 1 of you. It wasn't a fair fight. And
To be
then
honest, I saw like a stall, and they had these like really pretty crystals, and the next thing I knew, I didn't see where you guys had went, and then I saw another stall, and I started going towards that one, and I don't know what happened after that.
they nabbed you. You got dungeon nabbed.
Yeah.
And then we got in a big fight, and then they did all that to the temple, and then dragon.
Yeah.
She's just gonna punch the staff.
Ouch! It hurts a lot. Your
Yeah.
fists still haven't healed from
I
punching
think
the wall
like
yesterday.
her face is just kind of getting softer, and then she just punches it and goes, "Yep, feels better."
You know, if you're mad and you want to talk about it, I'm here.
Hug you.
Mm. I'm not gonna cry. but
Good,
This is
because if you did, I'd have to. I'd punch the wall again.
All right. I think we can.
we're connecting, Kiro.
Let's move on to the next day.
Mhm.
Why not everybody roll me a condition check?
Boy,
Yeah.
See how we're
Okay.
feeling today. Oh, and double your current HP and fill up your MP.
yay!
Yo. Sweet.
Oh, let's see. 28. Oh, I'm over halfway there now.
Woo!
28 of 45.
Oh,
Did-
Lord.
Is it assumed we had yummy food last night?
No.
Damn.
Oh,
You had food.
Cool.
dish.
Well, that's as
Hey,
garbage
my
as ever.
sickness goes away.
It's
Yeah.
not bad either.
Ooh, even worse.
I would like to point out that for my last 3 condition checks, I have been climbing by 1 each time.
Hey! Progress. That 4 on Danjin though. And for the first time in a very long time, Lamb doesn't have a boosted stat. Still a 9 though, so like
Yeah.
not feeling bad. So Danjin. I guess I should read my text for the morning. The morning comes like a soft drumbeat, rousing you from your repose with a subtle sense of purpose and energy. Danjin, why is your condition a 4? Did you party too hard, or?
I think that I had nightmares last night. Yeah. But, like, I almost want to hand it to you, Dylan, if you have an idea of what the nightmare could be about.
Yeah. I think we see you in a forest, a thick forest, trying to just like push your way through bushes and tree branches, and every step that you take, more of these plants grow up in front of you, until you finally push through into a clearing, and you see the spirits there, the ones that took you away, and they say, "You didn't teach fast enough, Danjin. Why didn't you teach faster? Danjin, we told you what to do." And as they keep saying this, it like turns into almost a chant, and you see them slowly change into the forms of Aishma, Varun, and Vidhatu, just growing to enormous size and grinning down at you, and then you wake up.
Yeah, I think Danjin was like muttering like, I really was trying. That was like the thing he was like saying back, and he like wakes up. Are we in the palace?
No, you're in an inn.
Okay. Yeah, I wake up. I think he like wipes a tear from his face. And he looks around the room. I really tried. I'm still trying. And I think are we sharing a room?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the usual.
Yeah, Danjin.
Kira's out.
I think Danjin would get up and maybe try to wake up Lamb.
Okay.
Not hard to do. She's not a heavy sleeper.
Okay.
Not anymore.
I mean, ever since they started traveling, really, she hasn't been. Yeah. Just because you got to be ready. There's curses around every corner.
Unless you're cursed, and then we papoose you and carry you.
And then you just sleep until, someone kisses you and wakes you up.
Yeah. Instead of... Lamb doesn't do the I'll sleep when I'm dead. She does I'll sleep when I'm cursed.
I'll sleep when I'm cursed on my way to becoming dead. How's that? Yeah, I think she just like stretches and sits up. It's not hard to wake her up at all. Like if you probably just like even start to creep around, like you're on your way over, she would wake up.
I think he sits like cross-legged on the floor next to your bed. I had a weird dream. Can I talk to you?
Yeah, do you want to go downstairs?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she'll get up and pull some shoes on.
All right.
Go downstairs.
Yeah.
I think we see you leave the room and the door closes, and then Mule wakes up. But I think, and maybe Kira too, like just smirks awake.
I was gonna say, I think maybe Kira
goes back to bed.
Kira smirks and wakes Mule up, and she just falls back asleep.
And we're just about at the top of the hour, so I think this is a good point for us to take our first break. And when we return, we will see what conversation Lamb and Danjin have, and then what last-minute business they have before the group leaves the City of Sun. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome back to episode 16 of Ryuutama Seyo, aka Travel, where chat is just being the fucking nicest.
Wow! We're yelling about it over here.
Yeah, we just spent like all of break being like,
what is chat doing?
So,
Stop being
and Lindy's gone. Lindy just is the ocean now.
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
All right. So, eventually we'll focus in. We left off with Lamb and Danjin heading downstairs from the inn to go talk in the. Yes, Mule got hot. It happened.
They all grew up. What happened?
Look. Facing trauma apparently makes you. No. Anyway.
Not in my experience.
Not in real life, but in anime, trauma makes you.
Trauma leads to ice cream, which leads
to. It hardens you.
So, in the common area of the inn, I think the inn is still pretty quiet. Whereas yesterday everyone was out in the streets partying or in more party-like establishments. Today, everyone's sleeping all that shit off or working, and so the common area is pretty empty, except, again, for that one staffer who I have named now. Her name is Imelda. And she's just sitting at the counter and, like, looks up from her book when the two of you walk in.
Hey, Imelda.
Sit anywhere. And then goes back to her
Will
book.
do.
She's cheerful.
Yeah.
So, what was your dream?
So when I was in the spirit world, way back in Aurora Mire,
Mm-hmm.
they gave me a task to do, which, like, of all the people to trust with a task, I don't know what they were thinking. But they told me that I had to teach some things. I imagine to the three of you. They told me to teach someone to listen. They taught me to teach someone to share, and another person to trust. I've got ideas about all three of them and who they might be referring to. But yeah, in my dream they were mad. They were so mad at me for not accomplishing my goal.
Well,
And
did they, like, give you a timeline with it?
do spirits even know what time is?
I don't know. I've never.
Probably should ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they told me that a storm was coming, and there was one time at the outpost, the most recent outpost, I asked them what else was coming, and all they said was death.
Yikes.
And I mean, they were right about that, I guess.
Yeah. Well, do you think the dream was just mean brain stuff, or do you think the dream was like spirits sending you message stuff?
I don't know. I've seen them around sometimes, I guess, too, so they could be trying to get a hold of me.
Well, I don't want you to. I mean, it's just a dream at the end of the day.
I don't want anyone else to die.
Mikuro dying wasn't your fault.
But what if I had done what they asked sooner?
Do you think it would have made a difference?
I don't know.
It's not your fault. It's nobody's fault. He knew what he was doing.
I could have been there to help.
It's okay. There's no use crying over spilt milk. Right?
I guess so, but this seems a little...
You hear Imelda from the counter. She doesn't look up from her book, and she just says, "If you spilled milk, please clean it up."
Got it, Imelda. We'll do that.
I didn't spill anything yet.
Yet being the key word there.
But, I mean, you can't change anything that happened.
Yeah, you're right. I wish I could, though.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think Mikuro is there now? In the spirit world?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I hope he's happy.
Me too. Well, so your lessons, are you gonna keep doing them?
I feel like I should. I don't
I can
want.
help,
Yeah.
like an assistant.
That would be awesome.
I don't really know how it helped, but I could try.
Yeah, I mean, Kira and I didn't really go to school.
Me either.
Taught us stuff.
Yeah, my pappy's pretty much taught me everything I needed to know, so
Like,
I feel like I'm doing pretty good.
I feel like this is more of Mule's wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah. I think Mule did go to school.
I think he did.
I think
Private
school went to
school?
Mule.
School did go to Mule.
I think he had a private tutor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've never really talked about school before, I'll be honest. And I don't especially want to.
The way that I've been thinking about it
Mm-hmm.
is that maybe I have to like teach by example.
Right?
You know? Like I have to listen better, and I have to share more, and I've got to trust people.
Well,
in this thing.
I feel like you do all those things pretty good, though.
Yeah, I try. I have been trying since we left Aurora Meyer.
Well, I'll try too.
Okay, that'd be great.
And if you have a lesson plan or something, you can tell me, and I'll help.
Yeah, there's like a moment of like Danjin, like chibi Danjin, like lesson plan. How do I lesson plan?
Lamb
You
has like
have
a
an
vision of like a
example of one.
vocabulary book.
Yeah,
Flashcards.
you just pull out the book that Mule gave you about
Yeah.
magic and go, how do I make this about listening, trusting, and sharing?
Yeah, you have a very good template for a lesson plan.
All I know is that teachers stand up at the front of the room and they go, wah, wah, wah. And they tell about history, I guess.
I like where you're going with this, Lamb.
That's all I know that you teach in school. I can't think of anything else that they would need to tell you that you couldn't
I think
figure
I
out
need to do this
outside.
more formally. Like, no more of this like soft teaching stuff. Like,
They need a hard hand.
I think we hard cut to the room as the two of you come in through the door. Mule is awake. Kiro is, I don't know.
Mule got ready quietly so as not to disturb Kiro. Not that he was too worried about that.
I think she rolls over to try to get more comfortable, and it's just like, oh, okay, we're getting up.
Are you awake, Kiro?
Kinda.
What
Do
does
I need
that
to-
mean? You're
I mean,
talking.
am I awake?
I think so, because I'm awake and I can hear you.
Huh? And she'll just kind of slowly get up.
Here. And Mule will come over with a cold compress for some of her injuries and has a jar of salve he's finishing mixing.
She's got all the bruises that were starting to form yesterday have like come in nice and purple today. And her knuckles are just messed up.
You kind of look like you're wearing camouflage.
What did you...
That's kind of cool.
No, never mind. I know exactly what you did last night.
You look like nobody should mess with you.
Yeah. I mean, you should see the other guy.
You
Is
look
it
like you
worse?
should stay in bed.
No, I'm fine. I'm feeling like halfway to completely healthy.
Halfway to $1 million.
Yeah, halfway to $1 million.
Just put
Sure.
that on the swelling for a few minutes, and when it's done, I'll heal the rest.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm great.
Because
Just gonna eat some hippo jerky for breakfast.
we're all friends here, and if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it.
Want some hippo jerky?
I think that this is a good time to say that I feel like we can all say anything to each other.
This is a really good rule.
And you can talk about anything, and nobody's going to judge anybody. Unless it's really weird. Then we might judge a little bit, but we will still listen to it.
And we'll do our best not to let you know if we think it's weird.
I'll tell you if I think it's weird.
I suppose that wouldn't be in the spirit of sharing, so I guess I'll have to tell you too.
No secrets. Kiro, you just need to get all of your cards out on the table and have an open and honest conversation about how you're feeling, because you got in a lot of fights yesterday, and you probably should. You don't have to share with all of us right now in this moment, but you can talk to any of us probably individually about how you feel, and that goes for all of you. Can talk to me about anything.
Just kind of gives a bloody, bruised thumbs up.
Yeah.
And
All right.
And just because you don't talk about it right now doesn't mean I'm going to forget that this happened. And I don't let things go very easily.
Dan just like looking at Lamb like, oh wow. Thanks, assistant, for all of your help.
You're welcome.
I just look over at Mule like, do you know what they're talking about?
He just shakes his head. And then he sits down next to Kiro and is like,
all right, here, let me have your hand.
starts wrapping her bruises and stuff.
Hey,
So
Danjan.
here's the deal.
Oh, just kidding. I can't interrupt your lesson plan.
You came up with 1 second. I need to take charge here.
Yes.
Here's the deal, everyone. When I left Aurora Meyer, I was given a mission. I was told that I had to teach someone to listen, which, no offense, Lamb, but I think that's you.
No offense taken.
Had to teach someone else to share, which, given how things have been going, I'm going to look at you, Kiro, and say that's like
I just offered you hippo jerky.
Kiro, don't move your hand.
I don't think they meant that kind of sharing, but I really appreciate it.
Emotional sharing, Kiro.
And the third one was I had to teach someone to trust, and I know that's a process. I'm not going to push that.
You mean it's me?
Look, Mule, I know we didn't get off on the right foot, or the second foot, or
foot at all.
Don't worry about it, all right?
and I probably came on really strong, probably because
Yes, you did.
In a fun way.
well, thank you for that.
Listen, it's not... That's part of it. Your other hand, Kiro.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So, just, for now, I know we've had a lot happen in the last day.
We're fine.
Okay. Just, the spirits wanted me to let you know that, and I've been trying to do it sort of without communicating, and I thought maybe I should just tell you what they told me. You can log that in the back of your brains, and
Or in the front. Wherever you want it.
Thanks, Lamb.
Hmm.
And while I do think that the person who could probably benefit the most from sharing is Kiro. Mule couldn't hurt. Just a little.
When the time is right.
When is the time right?
When it's not wrong.
There's not a right time. Really.
I mean, maybe I could start.
Yeah.
If that's helpful.
Say whatever you want to say. We're all here.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there for you guys. And maybe if I hadn't have wandered off like I always do, maybe I would have been there, and maybe it would have been different. I'm really sad that Mikuro is gone.
We sort of see Mule reaching for the bottle, the little jar of salve that he got to start working on some of Kiro's other bruises, and he kind of knocks it and has to catch it from the table.
Haven't had my morning tea. Kiro, the right side.
And he starts dabbing.
Tell me if it hurts.
No, it's fine.
You're grimacing, so it probably
This
hurts.
is how I look in the morning. It's just my face, my morning face.
You're lying.
I could go.
Okay.
Well, I really do think that it's nobody's fault what happened. And I know that it's really easy to find ways to blame ourselves, because I can think of ways to blame myself, but I'm trying not to. I mean, we all could have been stronger or faster, or we could have not wandered off, or not split up. There's a lot of things that could have been different. But he knew that we needed each other. And he would have done it for any of us, I think. And I'm really sad. But I don't think he'd want us to be sad. And he definitely wouldn't want any of you to blame yourselves.
Other
That's
side.
how I feel about it.
Thanks, Lamb.
Sorry.
It's fine. You just got a little in my eye. It's all right.
Oh, Jesus.
In your eye too. It's fine. Yeah. It's getting everywhere. Why is it? Why can't you just keep it in the salve jar?
It's. I might have mixed the formula a little strong.
It's
Sorry.
astringent. It's fine.
It's fine. It won't do any damage.
Oh, good. I won't go blind. All right.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Mm.
Potent.
Yeah, it's probably like eucalyptus-y.
Yeah.
It's like getting Vicks in your eye.
Oh,
Mm.
no thanks.
Don't like that.
Are there any that I'm missing?
Nothing important.
All right.
He'll jar up the rest and just
Thanks.
hand it to her.
Thanks.
Every morning, you need to refresh that.
Cool. See this morning face every day.
Are you two just gonna ignore us?
No, we heard everything. We're all sad.
I mean, that's a start. This is good for communicating.
But you're not acknowledging anything that we said. You're just pretending like we didn't say anything at all.
We all know how we all feel. I don't think talking about it's not going to help.
It actually does help. It does, because if you're the only person that knows how you feel, you can beat yourself up about it privately, and no one can contradict you. We can help each other.
Look, I'm doing what I can to keep something like this from happening again. I just need to be stronger than I am.
Yep, me too. Gotta maybe do some more regimen routines. Get, army ship shape.
That's okay if that's the way that you're feeling right now. I feel that way too. And I'll be here to support you if that's what you're feeling. If you feel like you need to get stronger, like, I'm there to prop you up, help you feel stronger.
And no more running off to Dungeon Land and getting dungeon napped.
Okay, only Mom and Dad are allowed to call it Dungeon Land. You can't start.
Fine. Deal.
I mean, we're in an atmosphere of sharing, so that is okay, Kiro. My parents call it Dungeon Land when I disappear. That's what they call it. There.
Okay.
It's fine.
Parents say weird things sometimes.
We do. Kiro. Don't do that. Kiro.
Should meet our uncle.
Uncle Finn's the best.
He does say weird stuff.
I mean, it's less weird than what Mom says.
No, Gran. I think Gran really takes the cake.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Do we want to fast forward to some shopping montage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, we see the four of you leave the inn and go off to the much less crowded market stalls and shopping areas of the city. And we see you picking up all sorts of stuff, weapons in bags and armor and stuffed animals, and then putting the stuffed animals down. And I think when we come back out of this, we see the four of you stepping out into sort of a broad street, maybe up on one of the high walkways, the highways that spread out across the city. And you're in your new Core 2 outfits, looking fucking fresh as shit.
I've got armor now.
Yeah.
Hey.
And I think we see you on this highway, and it leads directly to the gate out of the city. But you still haven't discussed, all four of you, where you're going next. So I think you're all like admiring each other's outfits and being like, "Oh, that's good. Hey, good
That's
call."
really cute, Lamb. I like that.
Thank you.
Cute blouse. Really feeling the Summerland aesthetic with the midriff shot.
It's
Bill
just hot.
cannot handle looking at Lamb right now.
It can make a Summerland out of you yet. She kind of just pats Lamb on the shoulder.
The bridge shakes a little.
So I know that you had previously invited us to come to your house.
Yeah.
Could we still do that?
Yeah.
Neil,
I don't see why not.
do you want to do that still?
Yeah, I just need to do one thing before we go.
All right.
What?
I just need to send a message home. It's just gonna take...
Oh yeah, there's like a post office here. Oh, I should send some letters too. Let's all
I
go
should
to
send
the
some
post
letters to
office.
Pappy. Can somebody else write it for me?
Oh, don't you have that pen pal too?
I'll write it for you, Lamb.
My gosh, I've been the worst pen pal that's ever lived.
So we go back into town and there's a letter writing montage.
Yeah, you go
Neil
down.
writing everyone's letters for them.
Go down one of the sun towers at the end of the highway to go do that.
Yep. So there's like a giant stack of papers next to Mule. He's writing the letters by dictation from all of them because apparently he's the only one with any writing skill.
And I'm
Kiro
really
can write. It's just not pretty at all.
Yeah.
I'm really taking this out of my currency. Lamb sends
Okay.
home 2,000 gold
Oh.
to Pappy's.
Okay. Them some rich pappies.
Gotta take
Enjoy,
care of those Pappies.
enjoy that Pappies.
The older Pappies hand me down their clothes to the younger Pappies, but they're all old, so everything's old.
They
They need some new clothes. Yeah, exactly.
There's gonna be some fancy pappies striding up into town next time you visit.
Oh my god. And after that has gone on, I think Mule would have initiated the ritual thing to do some dragon sign sending home. He's gonna tweet his sister Inga.
I love that there's Twitter in this game. This is magic
Me
Twitter.
too, thank God.
Yeah, magic Twitter.
You know what makes Twitter in Ryuutama so much better than actual Twitter? There's a level requirement.
That's true. You have to display a level of maturity
Yeah.
to
You
use
have to
it at all.
prove that you're worthy of Twitter before you get to use it.
Yeah.
It's a vetting process.
Yeah.
So Kiro writes a letter to Brock and to Sandy because she promised them both she would write.
Ooh.
Does she sign them each with a big ol' smooch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. You
You
play.
need to draw a picture of finger guns on her.
No.
Mule might sneak one on.
Yeah.
Brock's letter.
Yeah. Lamb's like, add finger guns. Kiro says no, and then Neil just does it.
Folded and sealed, she'll never know.
Yeah, Danjin writes to Gran.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to go visit. We'll get
I
there
know,
like
but
when the
I
letter
don't
will.
I know, but I want to let her know that we're okay. So
We might get there before the letter does.
It's the thought that counts.
Okay.
It's nice to get letters.
Sure. Well, at least send her a
I've never
postcard.
gotten one, but I'm assuming that it's nice.
There's definitely postcards like sending
send a
love
postcard.
from the city of sun. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
send Gran a postcard. She'll love that.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
basically
not
what
as
I'm
warm
doing.
without
Can I sign
you.
my name at the bottom too? So she from both of us.
yeah, sure. But
Alright.
like Danjin then asked Mule to put her name in brackets so that it's understood that this was Danjin's postcard.
It's like when you're a kid and your mom writes all of like the letters and then you come here and sign the card. And so everything's
Yeah.
in like one person's handwriting and then there's like
Yes. Can
Yeah.
it be the postcard that's like City of Sun at night and it's just a black postcard?
don't the pillars glow?
It's
No,
a joke.
they
It's
don't.
a joke, Lindy.
I'm sorry, my head was too in the game.
All right.
And then the other one would be Darrow. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Tell us
letters
what-
have
tell us
all
what
been
Not ready,
written.
Mako.
Yeah. Tell us the tweet.
Mule's hand is tired, probably from writing like 12 letters.
You have to seriously condense Lambs because
Kiro-
otherwise it would
Kiro,
be
give
12
a hand
pages.
massage if you need it.
I suspect he somehow interpreted Lamb's like endless string of babble to the very necessary elements.
Yeah.
It sounds way more formal than Lamb ever actually sounds.
Yeah, definitely.
The Pappies
Sign
get
a
it and they're
little
like,
like penned by Mule. So they know.
they get it and like, oh, our little lamb has become so mature. Time away.
She comes back and they're like,
What happened?
We thought you were Learn
I
it.
just grown into a lady.
They like put their hands on the back of your forehead. Oh no, she's regressed.
Where did your shirt go?
You go out in that?
Oh no. So
You look like a bush, Lamb.
no, she looks like an apple.
Very cute apple.
Meanwhile, Kira's gonna come home in armor, and her Uncle Finn's like, "Oh, man, you're really covering up this summer."
What, are you afraid of the sharks?
I didn't raise a fucking coward. It's not your kid, Finn. Whatever.
I was in the army, Uncle Finn.
It's changed.
All right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Anyway, I want to hear what the tweet says.
Yeah. So, we sort of see as Mule is finishing the spell. I think this is a ritual as such that he's got a page in his journal that he can kind of like create the spell and then push the button more or less and send it once the ritual has like done what it needs to do. And so he pens that message in, and we sort of see the words spring up. And I guess I should roll the magic check and all that
don't fumble it.
bullshit, because that would suck.
I mean, you just do it again.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's like whatever.
Hey.
And if the others can read, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think
Rudimentary level of
technically
reading.
they can read the spell, but
Yeah.
The spell's only visible to the recipient.
Yeah. So you see some weird magic-looking
magic
runes
bullshit.
and shit,
Magic stuff.
that sort of flip through various runes and things. It looks very
It's
encrypted.
like it's like a DM in the sky. You get the little ping
Yeah.
and you took a look out.
The stars form an envelope.
okay, and just waiting for it to change. It has to sit there for a minute because there's no like interface. It just has to wait and hope you see it at the right time.
Yeah, it's all time release.
Yeah. You mean the ocean doesn't turn to blood when you do yours? Like
No.
What the fuck?
That was Migi.
That's weird.
No. I think in this case, what we actually see on the intended recipient's end is a little bit of snowfall kind of forming in the air, and the ice crystals sort of form the words, which say, "Beware of Father, there's evil magic on him. Act normal, warn the others. Contact the Winter Temple. Send for me if anything goes wrong." So that's the message biggest, sweetest sister Inga is going to get.
The extra 8 characters or so that you missed, or 4 characters that you missed, are meow.
Meow! It's like that thing where somebody else is yelling in the background and it starts to get cut off at the end of a voicemail.
Yeah.
All right, and then you leave the city.
Mm-hmm.
The smell of the road, baked by the glaring sun, has a nostalgic quality as you leave the city of sun and take the road toward the coast. The grasslands, lush and green just 2 days past, have turned golden brown, and the wind brushes a rustling sound through the dry stalks. Everybody, please roll a travel check. Our difficulty is 7, our terrain is grassland, and our weather is hot.
Are we
Awesome.
on a road?
Yeah, are we on a road?
I guess technically,
Do my walking boots count?
yes.
My walking shoes? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So I'm rolling this with a +4.
Oh my god.
So
You're gonna
I'm
have to.
just add that in your little noggin because I'm not gonna put it in. Here we go.
You're
12.
12.
Hey, I don't know if it added my other bonuses. That's really weird. It did not.
It didn't add mine either.
What the fuck?
Man.
So
I should have a
technically,
+5.
I should be 14.
All right, you all beat a 7,
Yeah, we do.
so
14.
traveling is.
I spent a lot of money to like overcompensate for my garbage stats.
You're not even riding Giddy this time. So you're...
I technically would have got another one for riding Sebastian too.
Mhm.
So I got a little nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
+1 for Sebastian.
I don't ride snacks.
God damn it, Kiro.
Okay. And you head on down this road. I want to go around to each of you and ask what hits you like an hour into walking, right, when you're starting to get the rhythm back. What thought or memory comes to you as you're walking? And I'm just gonna go in reverse overlay order. So starting with Kiro. Chew faster.
I was going last. First thing that comes to her mind as she's walking, I think she's thinking of a new training regimen to get stronger.
We see
So she's
thought
like, all right.
bubbles of lifting weights and
She's
lifting
got her military
dungeon,
workout that she does, now, but she needs more.
doing push-ups with Lamb on her back.
She's gonna implement it tonight. She's gonna start right away. She's planning out what she's gonna do on Monday.
What about Danjin?
I think tying into my condition still from the day and the dream and everything, I think that kind of stuff is still on his mind. And I think what he's thinking about is the group chat that we had, and reflecting on whether it was whether he's yeah, I think that was a good first step. He's assessing whether this is going in the right direction. Hopefully the spirits won't be mad at me still. I don't think he wants another nightmare. Yeah.
Lamb?
This is the first time she's ever set out to travel without the amulet. Ever.
You're
So
right.
that's what she's
Do you
thinking
keep
about.
absently checking the weight of your pack?
Absolutely.
To be
Yeah.
where's the box?
Yep. Absolutely.
Wow. Whew.
It's weird, she feels naked without it, right?
Yeah.
And she's always had a way to deal with curses. And now she doesn't. So this is the first time that she's ever felt kind of vulnerable on the road.
Oof. And Mule?
How terrible do you want me to be right now?
Just answer the question, whatever it is.
Well, I need to make a choice. Hold on. Okay, we'll be nice. He's worried about his sisters right now, since ostensibly he's basically going even further away from home. And sending that message kind of put that interaction with his father back firmly in the front of his mind.
Right.
Which was patently unresolved other than running away. So he's very concerned, and he's sort of I think he is keeping alert. It's that you've texted, you hope they got it, you're waiting for a message back, but you don't want to just keep checking. It's that whole feeling.
Trying not to look up at the sky every couple seconds.
Yeah, he's trying to focus on, tracking their course and focus on, doing his tasks for the journey, like he always has been, and falling back into that routine. But it's real hard not to keep kind of glancing up, hoping to hear something back.
All right. And with that, we are at the top of the hour, so... and Summer's mad about it. So we're going to step away for our second and final break, and when we come back, you will see what awaits them on the road. See you soon. Hello and welcome back to My Players Won't Fucking Shut Up. Hello and welcome back to episode 16 of Ryuutama Seyo, aka Travel, where the rules don't matter and the breaks are forever. So you are walking,
Sure.
which is, fascinating. All right.
Aren't we always?
I mean, fair. The crisp heat of the summer wind slides abrasively across your skin as you pick up your journey after lunch. But only some 50 meters further down the road, a tightness grips your chest. Beside the road, half hidden in the tall grass, is the Ryuzo, a small stone statue of a dragon, its hand outstretched as if to hold a walking stick. What do you do?
I don't have one.
I have one I literally just bought. I'm not fucking giving it up.
Did you not take the one in
No!
Aurora Meyer? That's right, because you're stubborn.
He left it.
We don't take things that aren't ours.
Yeah.
Literally the point of the statue.
But we don't need it, because we can
we're
walk
strong.
just fine on our own.
Ugh, fine.
Do you think if I put a normal stick in it, it would like? I could probably find one in the.
You know, I could probably make a walking
Brush.
stick.
You could. Out of
A bigger stick.
Right. Isn't that just what a walking stick is, though? Just a,
I mean, yeah, but usually you
A big
just don't want it
stick?
too gnarly. You want to smooth it out a bit so you don't get splinters.
you can just smooth out the hand part.
Yeah.
Do you have sandpaper?
Yeah, dude.
Mule walks up and puts his hiking staff there.
You don't have to use yours. I can go find a stick. I'm really good
Yeah.
at finding things. And so is Kiro. She found a hippo.
I did.
No, that's
Can we
what
try
those
and
are
find-
for.
Did we find a stick?
Can we try and find a stick anyway? Dylan?
Yeah.
How do I do that? Tell me how.
I help.
Jesus Christ.
I help find a
Wait,
stick.
This is what you get for
Um,
cutting us off when we had high energy on break.
That's true. Kiro will roll first if she's helping. And
Sure.
on a 5
me to
plus,
roll.
she'll give a +1. Let's
Taking that out of my
say
inventory.
perception.
Yeah. Help me.
Yeah, I help.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, so I get a +1. So just add a +1 to this in your brain.
That's
10.
10. Hot diggity. That is quite good, if I remember correctly. I don't think that's technically what it's called. No, it's better than a pro. Yeah, you find a stick that just happens to be perfect for it. It's already straight and
Cool. I'll
just needs a little bit of polishing and maybe
Yeah.
some carving work. And
Yeah, I'll do that.
what kind of artisan are you? I forget.
I don't think I've picked. Because I've
Wow.
not made anything yet.
Wow.
Wow,
I don't
Kira.
know.
How dare you wait till the last second to do anything?
I know,
None of
how
us have
dare I.
ever done that.
Nothing jumped out. Because you have to pick like a specific category. And she's so.
Well, you're a woodworker now, bitch.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, so you choose from this list: weapons, armor, shoes, capes, staves, hats, accessories, food, sundries, camping equipment, or containers.
What was the fourth one?
One,
I'm
2, 3,
looking.
4 was capes.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not the one I was thinking of.
5 was staves,
Yeah, that was the one I was
Yeah.
thinking.
which I think would include polearms, probably.
Probably.
A vertical wooden post or plank in a building or other structure is what a stave is, which is...
Yeah.
It's,
I could see her doing staves.
Oh, it's another term for staff, too.
yeah, it's an alternate spelling for the plural of staffs.
Thanks, Wikipedia. I need that exact
If it would
definition.
include like spears and glaives, I could totally see her doing staves. Because fishing, because she does spear fishing back home.
Yeah, I could see like fishing poles, harpoons, spears, walking sticks, all of those.
Yeah, let's do that. She's not a complicated crafts person.
All right,
She's
then
not gonna.
go
So
ahead and roll strength plus dex.
cool. Make
Well,
a
it
walking
says-
stick.
Can I help with this?
C2.
Damn, too late. But
13.
you did great, so...
Wait, how hard is it? C table. What table?
Uh,
Oh, there we go. What is the value of? Was it a hiking staff that you made?
like
Or
a walking
you-
stick.
What was it that you had, Mule?
What was I about to place there, you mean?
Yeah,
A hiking staff.
hiking staff, which is
It's like 100, I think.
staves.
A
Yeah.
walking stick is 50. A hiking staff.
So it's the target number is 6. So
Cool.
you got it. You made it.
Yeah, I did it.
And you can just straight up make another of what you'll just put there.
Sure.
If you want.
I'll just give it to Mule. There you go.
Thank you.
This one was made with
a
love.
snowflake into the top for you.
What?
This is snowflake there.
Oh. Thanks.
You seem to have that.
He looks a little confused. But not ungrateful.
Cool. I crafted my first thing, guys. I've only had this profession.
For like 8 episodes, maybe
I know.
longer.
That was really nice, Kiro. You did a great job.
Thanks. I think I'm just really good at working with wood.
I did a really good job finding the stick.
You did. You did. You could help me, maybe, make other things. I should make us all walking sticks.
I am an assistant already, and I'm more than happy to be your assistant as well. Which, speaking of DJ, I was going to ask you this earlier. Is there any way that you could like drop a certificate so I could be a certified assistant?
Yeah, sure, if that would make you happy.
All it has to have is my name on it and like assistant, and it has to say certified on it somewhere, and you have to sign it, and it has to have like a fancy border.
Ooh, I've got a better idea, Lamb.
Okay.
Okay, so like from what I know about schools is that there's usually a counselor, and the counselor has to listen to people. Mine would be the counselor.
The school counselor?
Yeah,
Do I need a certificate for that?
sure.
Because I would really like one.
Let's do that.
While
I
that
can't write those, so Mule will have to make it.
Milk, can you make me a certificate that says I'm a certified school counselor?
What? Okay, but you're not.
Well, what I'm not right now, but once I have the certificate, I will be.
That's not how certifications work.
No?
No,
But that's what that piece of paper did.
That's what it is.
you get them after you go through a certain amount of training and pass tests.
Well, I've been trained on the field.
Who determines the tests?
A school board.
I have to-
we can
do
be
I
a
have to
school
go
I
to
can
board.
get a board, and I can carve school into it, and then we'll have a school board. And you can just if you break it in half,
DJ
that's
is
what
the
it's
school
into.
board.
How
I'm
about
working for the DJ School of
School
Learning
of Dungeon Land.
and better self-betterment. So you can just write that on the certificate.
why don't you just help and be good with that? You don't need a piece of paper for it.
I know I don't need it. I just want it.
If you want a piece of paper with your name on it, I'll make you one.
That's what I've been asking this whole time.
It's not going to mean anything.
It means something to me.
All right.
It's special to me.
Okay. I'll make one when we camp.
Okay. I can help if you need any of my information. My
Yeah,
name's
he's like-
Lamb.
Danjon's looking at the statue and he's like, so what is the significance of the stick in the statue again?
I think it's like a take one, leave one. Kind of like a take it or leave it kind of. I think
Have
that's
you
where that
ever heard-
phrase comes from.
Have you ever heard of like paying it forward? I think that's what this is.
Oh yeah, paying it forward, take it or leave it. You know, you can just it's like
Got
that.
it.
Yeah.
Somebody does you a favor, so you do a stranger a favor. That's kind of like what this is, because then they'll get a staff, and then when they get to wherever they're going, they're hobbling along, then they'll put their stick somewhere, and then somebody else will grab it, and it'll just travel the world, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, got it. That's neat.
Were we right, Mule?
Huh? Yeah.
Are we right? Okay.
Pretty
You look
sure.
like you maybe disagreed with us.
No, I was just thinking.
But what?
Nothing.
Are you lying, maybe?
Well, we're done here. We should get going.
You know,
We're losing time on the road.
Instead of saying nothing and lying to us, you could just say, I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, Lamb.
Yes.
Maybe we could try listening to Mule.
But I don't like being lied to, Danjin. Especially by people I care about.
Let's just get going. It's gonna get late.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Kira's already walking. If I caught that body language.
Mule takes a moment to like do a little hand wave and kind of clean up the statue with a bit of magic, and then follows on.
Okay. Time passes, and actually, you have a job to do, Mule. Would you please roll a direction check?
Sure.
All right, well, can I help? I don't get my bonus anymore, but... Yay.
That is helping.
All right.
Chat's talking about sci-fi Ryuutama, and they're basically just describing like a rideshare service for the Ryus.
I have a sci-fi Ryuutama campaign in the back of my list. We'll get to it someday.
A 12? Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. You do not get lost. You make significant progress. With the murky purples of dusk slithering over the countryside, you are relieved to see a small building just off the road. A highway inn. There's no discernible signage, but the cool light from within beckons irresistibly. Do you go in?
Looks sus.
Yes, Lamb absolutely goes
GM's
inside. Yes,
GM's
very
using
trusting.
Kuroryu, so everyone's suspicious of everything.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Kira's just like, I thought we were gonna go camping.
You can sleep outside if you want to.
I mean, I'll get a room, but before I like, go to sleep, I'm gonna see if I can hunt anything outside.
Okay. Oh, actually, also, herb people. Herb checks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow, I love gathering herbs.
Now I have to beat the terrain
Hey!
and
I did really well.
Yeah. I think
I
you
got
get
time.
bonuses on a crit and not just a high roll. But both of you did pass. So let me double check that. Healer. Herb gathering. Yeah, it's just on a crit. Okay. So both of you get an herb, which is probably an apple. Yeah, I think you both go out herb gathering while Kiro is off trying to murder something, and the two of you like separately, like from opposite directions, find an apple tree
Cool.
with some sunset hime apples. So you may each take one of those.
Sweet.
I'm concentrating on my hunting check.
Okay.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, that's a 13.
Yeah, that is. With a difficulty, you get 6 days of food.
Yes.
Um,
Still have some hippo steaks too.
so what do you catch?
So I'm at 6 days worth of meals, or six rations at least.
Yeah, I think there's like
Big old deer.
yeah, something like a
a
deer or
wildebeest.
antelope.
Yeah. Ooh, an antelope. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Let's go with an antelope. You just lug it back to the inn.
Yeah, I carry it over my shoulder.
All of you meet back up there. Danjin, what were you doing while you waited for them to rummage through the wilderness?
Yeah, I think he was probably in Dungeon Land and realized that everyone had walked away while he was thinking about this inn and how suspicious it looks.
I found an
Yeah,
apple.
Found an antelope.
Whoa. Nice.
Wow. Neil doesn't look like he found anything, but he already stowed his apple away.
Lamb's like balancing hers on top of her head.
Roll dex for me.
Sure. Why wouldn't I do that?
Fumble.
Can't you induce a fumble?
I can. I don't wanna. Burai is like an edgelord, but he's not a dick.
7.
Hey!
7, not terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So you managed to keep it like on your head for like 30 seconds before you have to
She's
catch
got a
it.
round head. Yeah. Rolls off.
It's all that hair.
So, should we go in?
Yeah.
I mean, how sleepy were you feeling about, like, enough to go into that?
Well, I mean, I'd like to
Serious
sleep
inn?
in a bed. So...
It's nice.
We can take a step inside and see what's there.
If it's a real sketch, we can always step out.
Do you want to look in
Exactly.
through a window first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Espionage.
We don't have to go in. We could just be like, oh, what's this place? And peer in a window.
Sure. Neil will go and take a look.
Yeah. Inside you see almost more of a living room than like the common area of an inn. There's a hearth. There's a dining table. There is a small counter near the table or near the door. There's a set of stairs that go up, and then there's like a sofa and a rocking chair next to the fireplace. And you see inside two people just sort of sitting. One of them's in the rocking chair, a young woman, probably a couple years senior of the twins. And then around her same age, there's a young man sitting on the couch with a small paperback book.
Looks like it's just somebody's house.
Oh.
Should we... Do we knock? Or do we just keep going?
We could see if they'd be willing to put us up for the night if we want to impose.
Yeah, let's.
I'll give them my apple.
But if
I mean,
they
we got
seem
enough antelope
weird,
to
we
go
can
around.
leave.
There's 2 of them in there. This'll feed 6 people right here. I slap the rump.
Okay, let's knock.
Right.
Yeah. The young man answers the door and says, "Oh, hello. Do you need a place to stay for the night?"
If you'll allow it, we'd like that, yes.
Of
Read
course.
our
Yeah.
minds.
As long as we're not imposing, of course.
Not at all. I'm sorry. I still haven't repaired the sign. But we are an inn. He steps back and walks around the counter, and then sees Kiro with the antelope.
I brought dinner.
We can keep it outside.
If there's no room, we can leave it outside.
Uh,
Right, Kiro?
I mean, yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to. If
The-
you go like antelope.
The woman by the fire looks up, and the man turns to her and says, Amara, could you help her with that?" And the woman nods like, "Yes, just the kitchen's over here," and sort of gestures to a side door. So sorry, my name is James Toll, and this is my sister Amara. She waves.
It's nice to meet you.
So that'll be 4 of you?
Yes. How much will it be?
Well, you brought dinner, so I feel kind of bad charging you. But,
No, it's okay. Charge us.
Let's say... And he opens up a ledger as the GM flips through the book real quick.
I don't have a lot of money left, so
I'll spot you.
I'll pay for it. Don't
let's
worry.
say 10 gold a person. 10 gold
Of course.
a room.
Mule will hand over the money.
No, I can pay for me and TJ.
It's fine. I have money at home.
Yeah, but I like spending the money that I earned.
You should save it.
For what?
For yourself.
For what?
And your family.
Oh, I already sent Babbies home a bunch of money.
Lamb,
Yeah.
just keep it, okay?
Okay.
James is just leaning on the counter watching this conversation with a smile.
Here,
Oh, thanks.
10 gold each. I'm Mule, by the way, and this is Lamb and Anjin, and that was Kiro.
There's a crash and an oh my from the kitchen. Well,
Sorry. I'll also cover any damages.
don't worry about it.
And we've been handy. I've seen Kiro mostly fix a door before.
Well, if any of our doors get broken, I'll know who to ask. But really, just relax, make yourselves at home. Just be careful of the hearth. It's, hot and we don't have a guard.
Of course.
And with that, he'll take your money, and then go into the kitchen to see if he can help. And the 3 of you are just sort of left loitering in the sort of living room area.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Should we go to our room?
We could at least put our things down and then see if they need any help, I guess.
Yeah.
So go there and haul all their stuff.
Is Danjin left in Danjin Land standing in the living room, or?
Lamb will grab Danjin and drag him along if he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go along with them.
Okay. After about probably 2 hours, because you have to butcher the thing, they'll serve dinner at the dining table. It seats about 8 people, so there's plenty of room for all of you. And Kira, are you helping with the cooking at all, or are you just here's the food, good luck?
I shouldn't.
You shouldn't. You should let Danjin help with the cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll grab Danjin to
I'll
help.
help with the cooking. I think that's the role.
I know better than to try to help with the cooking.
Yeah, I think James...
If my mother drilled anything home into Kiro, it was don't help cook.
James leads you upstairs, Kiro, and goes to be like, I'm so sorry I didn't tell you which rooms. And then goes, well, it seems you figured it out, so dinner will be in about 2 hours. It's we'll be right down the hall if you need us later tonight. And they serve dinner. It's amazing. It smells great. For mechanical purposes, yes, this is delicious food, and you will get a +1 to your condition tomorrow.
See,
Amara,
if I'd helped, it would have been poor quality food.
it would have been okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amara is a stellar cook. They ask you questions. They're not super probing, but they're just oh, what's got you traveling? And oh, really? Yeah, we have relatives out over by the coast, and just keeping up chit chat and small chat.
Yeah.
And then Kiro,
Yeah.
you're sitting there, you're eating dinner, having a great time, and then a flash of light catches your eye. And you're standing in a courtyard of crumbling stone, rain pouring down around you. Time slows to a crawl as lightning crackles, its crooked tendrils weaving inexorably down toward you. Your nose is filled with the smells of iron and ozone, and crystal-clear droplets suspended around you, chilling your sweat and blood-streaked skin. Those wicked eyes, creased at the edge with a smug grin, slowly making contact with your own. Then the lightning strikes like a punch to the base of your skull, and your vision turns pure white, your muscles turning to cords of tempered steel. When the shock passes, you see the others, seated at the table, looking at you with mixed expressions, your chair discarded and the hair on your arms standing on end.
Kira, are you all right?
Okay.
Just gonna like flip the chair back up, scoot it back underneath her. Yeah, just gotta chill.
Okay.
Neil's gonna get up and like doctor check her real quick.
Very soft.
Yeah, I mean, her pulse is elevated.
And she probably has all the goosebumps still from her hair just being around.
It's like less responsive than normal, but...
Do you want to get some air?
After dinner.
I didn't imagine that you wouldn't finish dinner first, no.
Okay.
Just
All right. Just making sure.
take it easy for the moment, all right?
Yeah. She takes like a massive bite of dinner.
Slow down.
Watching.
Yeah, she seems like shaken, but you don't see anything like obvious happening. And the tolls will offer, like, if there's anything we can do, if you need any accommodations or anything, just let us know.
Hot water, if you would, for tea.
Yeah, James will get up to put some tea on. And you get through dinner. After that, the two of them, they turn in early. They got rooms at the end of the hallway upstairs. And they're just like, if you need to go outside at any point, just lock the door behind you when you come back in. Just don't... Again, fireplace. Don't mess with it. And they go upstairs.
I think Kira will take that. Like, yeah, I think I will get a bit of fresh air, actually. She'll grab her glaive.
Do you want company?
I mean, if only if you feel like running.
Yes, I can run.
Okay. I was gonna go for a run.
Okay, I'll run with you.
Okay. She'll go for an evening run.
All right. I would like both Kiro and Denjin to roll hard exercise.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh damn, that requires strength.
It does.
Of which I have none.
Good luck.
I'm gonna concentrate on this.
I wish that I was running too.
Tangent's just like...
You're also going with Lamb?
What?
Are you also going with?
No.
Okay.
No.
Holy shit!
Oh, hell.
No way.
Jolie, don't believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Go. Do it.
If I were playing any other region, I would auto crit for you.
That's not terrible.
That is pretty good, yeah.
7 is not bad.
What does this look like from the like really wide shot?
Yeah, I think we see Kiro doing a wide circle around the property.
I think she also she takes up a break and she does some burpees and then she keeps going and she does some sit-ups she just does the whole thing.
And meanwhile,
it always
Dan
catches up to you every time you stop for those.
Every time I stop
breaks.
Give him up. Good, you caught up. Let's go.
Yeah, this is great. Really enjoying this.
Yeah, and I think by the time you reach the end, by the time you're done, you've worked up a good sweat, Kiro, and Danjin, you're just winded.
Yeah.
But you did it. You kept pace. You didn't have to tap out.
It was a good run. I'm really feeling good. I'm feeling really great and energized.
I need to start, getting stronger. I gotta smash his face. So.
I'm sorry.
Whatever his name was, lightning guy. That cool. Lightning's not.
We
cool.
got his name right, Dylan. Like we know how to say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he introduced himself.
Double-checking.
He introduced himself in the camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the
lightning guy? Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, Vidha too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiro.
What a loser. Lightning. If he was really gonna fight, he wouldn't have to cheat and use magic.
Is magic cheating?
I mean, it isn't like a fisticuff fight.
That's fair. They don't strike me as the most principled.
Exactly,
people,
which is why I gotta get better.
Yeah, I hear you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I just had a flashback at dinner, and it was just lightning, and I was like, And then you said maybe we should actually get some air, and then I was like, dinner is the most important thing ever. And then, well, except for obviously like you and Uncle Finn and stuff, but then it's dinner. And then, I thought, a run would be good to just get it out. I gotta work it out physically, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we hold a lot of emotion in our bodies. I don't think people
Just gotta sweat it out.
Seriously enough.
I got like 12 ounces of emotion out.
Yeah. Well, if you're ever feeling like a run doesn't help,
I'm not gonna
out.
punch you.
That's not what I'm asking.
Oh,
just to be clear.
Okay. So I'm not gonna do.
I'm here for you.
I know. Just kind of tear a little bit. Pull it. Give him a slap on the back. All right. Oh, let's go to bed.
Oh, okay.
I think meanwhile, while the two of you were out having your evening run, Mule and Lamb had some time in the living room if you wanted to talk. Or if you wanted to sit in awkward silence.
Well, Mule is good at awkward silence.
He is. He's proficient.
He's extremely proficient in
He's
awkward
so good
silence.
at it.
I think we'd sort of see him making a couple of notes in his ever-present book at the end of the day, which is honestly pretty normal for him. It's if they haven't seen him do it all the time at camp, it's more unusual if he doesn't do that at night. But he kind of finishes that up and closes it and tucks it back away. So well, we're traveling again.
Yep.
So what do you... When we get them home, what then?
Figure we go to the beach.
Oh.
You don't like the beach? I mean, I've never been, so I don't really know if I like the beach or not, but I'm assuming that I do, because everything that I've heard about has been pretty good.
I don't... I don't. I don't
Well, you-
swim.
You liked the desert, didn't you?
Not
It's like that, but with water next to it.
I hated the desert. It was hot.
Oh. Well, yeah, but it wasn't terrible.
We got caught in a sandstorm, Lamb.
Yep, I remember.
I don't really like the outside that much, to be honest.
I mean, yeah, it's not like growing on you like a little bit.
Not really.
Well, you can sit under the shade or like an umbrella or something if you want.
Yeah. I mean, we'll go if you want to go.
Yeah, I do.
I won't be very much fun.
Yes, you will be.
Look, I'm not going in the water though, okay?
Not even like up to your knees.
No.
Not even up to your ankles?
I'm not going near the ocean.
Why? I'm pretty sure if you're standing on sand, the sharks can't get you.
I can't swim.
So? I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
I would rather prevent the possibility of drowning.
You can't drown up to your knees in the ocean. I know you can stand in water.
Look, I'll just stay on the sand.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want, though. Just be careful.
I'm gonna be careful. And we'll have Kira around anyway, and she's like an experienced shark puncher.
That's true.
So, and if you wanted to learn how to swim, we'd have a lot of really good teachers around. You don't have to.
I'll think about it.
It might be good. It might be useful information. Just in case.
Yeah.
I think Mule goes and gets some tea from one of his pouches and prepares it and makes a cup and then makes another one. We see him like rummage a bit for wherever they have, if they had sugar that they put out, he drops a couple of cubes into one and several cubes into another. And hands the very sweet one to Lamb.
As we know from the OVA, she doesn't really like tea.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll take it.
Can I ask you something?
What is it?
Why'd you lie to me?
At the statue?
Yeah, when I asked you what you were thinking about, you said nothing.
Wasn't really lying. It's not like I'm trying to constantly think about what happened. You just get reminded.
We haven't talked about it at all. At least you haven't.
I know. I'm still trying to figure out how.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I don't want you to feel like you're burdening me or anything like that by talking about it.
No. I know. It's just hard.
Well, I'm right here when you do want to talk about it.
I know. Thank you.
It's gonna be really hard, probably, for a long time.
Yeah. I know.
But it's gonna get easier. It won't feel so bad.
Yeah. Just takes a long time.
Yeah.
So hopefully that is sweet enough for you.
We'll
I think
see.
Kiro and Danjin come in. Hella sweaty.
The
How
best in
did-
the land at exercising.
How did it go?
What?
Great. It was awesome.
Great. Yeah.
Did you bond?
Yeah, I mean,
I get it,
Danjin,
man.
get some water. You look like you're about to pass out.
I thought it was a bonding exercise.
Oh no, we ran a couple miles. I did a lot of other exercises while I was waiting for Danjin to catch up. Then, you know,
It was
he
only a-
kept up the whole time.
it was only a couple of miles.
I got like 4.
Great. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water. He stumbles out of the room.
Oh, I feel refreshed.
You also drink some water. And Mule just like sets down a cup.
We all should get a lot of rest tonight,
Yeah.
so we can be extra strong for tomorrow.
Right.
Like anything.
And don't forget to
Yeah.
put the salve on in the
pull
morning.
out.
I can help with the salve. I can put things on things.
Just not in my eye.
No, why would I put it in your eye?
Okay. I think we can fast forward a bit. As you hijinks your way toward finally going to bed. The heat of the day settles during the night, filling your rooms with a stagnant pressure that makes it hard to sleep. You struggle against your restlessness, with no help from the incessant chorus of crickets outside. Then you hear the crack of a breaking branch outside, and bolt upright, wide awake.
Clave.
Pissed.
Each of you is in separate rooms.
Yeah.
Hello?
I creep over to the window.
Danjin pulls the blanket off of his head.
Lamb thinks somebody's come into the room. Delusional.
It's that
Sorry.
line where someone pours water in the woman's face. She goes,
Hello?
Hello.
God. Mule will get up and go to the window.
Yeah.
Fingers looking a bit chilly with magic at the ready.
I got my glaive ready, and I crawl over to the window, all sneaky like, and I peer out.
You don't see anything. Roll perception.
All of us?
Anyone looking outside?
Lamb's not. She's probably the only one that's staying in bed and is looking towards the window, but is not going over to it at all.
8.
Sometimes it's better to hold your
7,
ground.
A 6. You don't see
8,
anything.
7, 6. I
You
open
see
the window.
the darkness and hear the crickets. The crickets get much louder when you open the window.
And I climb out of the window.
Oh no.
Hero.
Let me roll a d4 real quick and see
You
who's
didn't learn? You didn't learn from
What?
Kai crawling out?
Summerlanders, man.
It's
Fucking
I'm sorry.
Summerlanders. They love going out windows, don't they?
Let me tell you, I miss it real bad.
Lamb, you hear the window in Kira's room next door to yours slide open. And Kira, please roll hard exercise.
Okay.
Good God. Can I go around to her room?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
she's right next door.
How about
I'm
a
gonna go the
17?
normal way.
Ooh.
Well, maybe she crawls past my window before I can even leave my bed. Who knows?
I mean, you're going down, right, Kira?
I mean, unless there's a tree branch right outside the window. And I'll
No.
climb into the tree, because I heard it sounded like a branch snapping.
Yeah, there's a
I
small
can
strand.
Batman down onto somebody.
There's a small stand of trees a little way away from the house,
All right, and
which
it's
is
a
where
little way
the,
away.
the
Then I'll
apple tree is.
just climb down and then go over. Yeah.
All right, Lamb, you go to Kira's room, and when you open the door,
Mm-hmm.
her window is open, and she's not there.
And
Oh,
Yul
shoot.
and I see Kiro, like,
I think you're on the,
And I'm
I
trying
think
to
you're on the
sleep.
opposite side of the house.
Okay.
So not at first. Maybe if she comes around the building.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door, see the window's open, run over to the window, look out the window.
Okay.
Carol.
You can see Kiro crawling very conspicuously.
Here, well, I don't know. Let me roll stealth. Let me see how.
Carol.
You don't even see me. I am the knight.
Holy.
Can I roll against
Okay.
this somehow? Can I try? Can I please just
You'd have to
try?
crit. to,
Roll
like,
perception. Roll
Well, yeah,
perception
that's what
and
I'm-
crit. If you
that's
crit,
what I'm
then it's a
here
tie
for.
and you re-roll.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting to do that
Damn.
well.
Neither was I. You were like, I'm army crawling through the grass, and she's looking
Yeah.
down at me from above. But
So I'm yelling. You hear me yelling, Kiro, or whisper yelling.
yeah,
Wow.
just
But
crawling.
I guess
Just
I don't
gonna-
see anything. I don't see shit.
Yeah. So
see
your
waving grass.
your friend is gone.
Nah. And she's gonna run over to this is a tough decision here. Okay, I'm gonna go to Danjon's room actually first. Knock, 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 knock. Urgent knocking, not loud, quiet.
Yeah,
Urgent
he
knocking.
wasn't expecting someone to knock on the door. and He's like
Yeah.
freaked out at the window.
Yeah.
Who's there?
Danjon, it's Lamb.
Okay, and then he runs over and opens the door.
You hear some like
Hi.
panicked, hushed, harsh whispers in the hallway. Meal.
What's going on?
Hi. Kira went out her window and she's gone. At least I think she went out her window. She might have gotten napped. I don't know if she was in
Danjon, like,
Danton Land.
What are
No,
you
that's
two
reserved only for
doing?
me.
Hi. I heard a noise and I went over to Kira's room because I heard her climbing out her
Danjon's-
window or somebody climbing out her window. And I went over there
Slow
and I looked out the
down.
window.
Dance's already in her room looking out the window.
Mm-hmm.
I went over there and I
Kiro.
looked out her window and Kira was gone.
Where'd she
And
go?
then Danjon hops out the window.
Roll
Out
hard
her-
exercise.
Out her window, I guess. I don't really know. So I thought that DJ would be able to go
Come
get
on.
her.
There's a loud thump outside.
Ow!
I think DJ went out the window.
I stop army crawling. I just.
Meal's gonna duck
Like-
back into his room
Like
and
they're
like
above, they should be
throw
able
his
to see me.
overrobe and his hood on and grab his hiking stick.
It's such a shit show. Lamb's gonna go put on shoes and go.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Step into
okay.
the boots.
So the two of you
And
I
heading.
didn't see any
We're
perpetrators
gonna leave by
aside
way
from
of
my
the
brother.
door.
I
Thank
figured.
you.
The two of you heading downstairs and the one army crawling through the grass. Please roll perception.
Okay. Use my last
Jeez. Now I do it. Now I do it.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
my god.
oh, I thought you said the one crawling.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's me.
So yeah, that's Kiro. You're lying flat on your back with your wind knocked out of you, but otherwise unhurt, Danjon.
Yeah, okay.
So you're rushing down the stairs quietly, presumably so as not to wake your hosts. And you're rushing through the living room, and Lamb, you hear whispers at the fireplace.
I freeze. I turn
I'm
and I look
doing-
over at
I'm
it.
doing a perimeter check with my crawling.
What's the matter?
You know, how they told us a couple times not to go
Mess with
over
the fire?
to the fireplace?
Yes.
She mentions that, and you can sort of hear some whispering.
I hear like voices coming from it. So probably cursed fireplace.
Danjon like pops his head in the door. Guys, I can't find her.
Hi, I'm gonna go over to the fireplace. Slowly
Lamb, no!
Grab.
walking over to it.
What's
Let
going
me
on?
go. Let me go.
They said not to touch it.
They're not here right now.
We need to go look for Kiro first. We can come back and deal with the fireplace later.
Well, then you go look for Kiro and I'll deal with the fireplace.
What's wrong with the fireplace?
It's whispering to me.
Wait, what?
You can
It's
kind of hear
whispering
it
to
now,
me.
too.
Danjon like comes forward.
Danjon, this is more your area than ours. Can you do something about the fireplace? We'll go look for Kiro.
if it's spirit related, maybe I could figure it out.
I don't think
Either.
anybody should be alone by the fireplace while it's whispering things. What if he gets sucked in?
If I listen real hard, can I tell what the whispery bullshit is?
Same.
Yeah,
sound like
if,
it's
if you
anything.
if you
I
want to do
rolled
it
a critical success.
if you want to do it from a distance, you're gonna have to roll a perception.
I'm getting closer to it, and I rolled a critical success. Can I please hear what it's saying?
Yeah, you can totally. If you get closer, you can hear it. No problem.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting as close as I can before Mule is literally pulling back.
I think with a crit, you can get within like 5 feet and hear. And it's a pair of voices, it seems like. They're not having a conversation, but you're getting like snippets and phrases. You're hearing, "Come rest. Whenever you return, rest. Thank you for saving us. Thank you. Rest. It's okay."
DJ?
Are
I heard some things coming out of the fireplace that I don't like.
and it's coming out of the fire? Is that like
The fire is out. It's coming from the hearth itself, the fireplace itself.
if Dangel's gonna keep closer or creep closer and put his hand on the like hearth.
Mm-hmm.
Hey spirits. I think I'm gonna try and do my holy vision to see if there's something magical happening here.
Yeah. And Kiro, please roll another perception check while you're out there. We see an aerial view, and we see this like circle getting tracked in the.
Nice.
Hey, that's pretty good. Kiro, you're crawling, and you like get out of the grass into where it's like shorter, where it's been cut. Sort of in the front of the inn, and you see a shadowy figure standing sort of midway between you and the door.
Oh.
The figure before you is one of pure shadow, its silhouette that of a warrior, its eyes 2 points of white light. From somewhere deep within the void, a voice echoes, "Not worthy." Danjin, please roll your spirit
Oh boy.
thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna concentrate again on this one too.
Okay.
Alright.
A 15. There's not an enchantment here. There is no spell at work.
Okay.
But there are 2 people whose ashes were laid to rest beneath this fire. They're resting peacefully. Your impression is that these whispers are a call.
Who are they calling? They're the spirits of people who passed.
What?
Their ashes were left here.
Do you think...
Mule's gonna go back upstairs and down the hall and take a peek in a couple of particular rooms.
In James and Amara's. All right, go ahead and roll stealth if you're trying to be sneaky.
Not sneaky so much as just quiet.
Right, like not wake them up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lamb's definitely like, yo, where are you going?
Oh,
You two are the knight.
everyone's critting. What the heck?
That's the 3rd crit in like the past like 10.
I know.
Why don't I get crit points as a GM? I should get crit points. I should get like GM fumble points when you guys
No.
crit.
No, don't house rule that. That's bullshit.
Man,
So sad, so tragic for you.
that's fucking Jesus. All right.
We are both the knight.
You sneak very quietly upstairs and open the doors. And
I feel like Meal has snuck around indoors often in his childhood.
yeah, usually with like
sneak on
a
that.
candle, an armful of books, and a cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. To say nothing.
Yeah, the doors are well maintained. Kira's services are not required. You look in, and there appear to be people sleeping. A person sleeping in each room.
Okay. He's gonna come back.
Are either of you downstairs while he's up there? Are either of you thinking about going back to looking for Kira, or are you just?
Yes. Lamb
Okay.
is after DJ's like there's like spirits laid rest here. She is like, we need to find Kiro. We can't be separated in this moment. This is crazy. What's happening right now? I don't have an amulet.
Yeah, unless
So-
it sounds like there's something new coming from the hearth, then
It's just sort of these same sort of
Same.
phrases repeated.
Yeah.
So Lamb would be like, "We need to look for Kiro." She went out her window. I don't know what she was after though.
okay, let's go look for her.
You get to the door, I think around the same time Yul is trotting down the stairs. And as you open the door,
Got my
Lamb,
clave out.
you see this shadowy figure some like 10 paces away, made of pure darkness, but for these two bright pinpoints of light where the eyes are. But with the silhouette, you can see armor and a weapon on the back. And you hear that voice echo out again. Not worthy.
Not worthy of what? For what?
Hello?
You see the pinpoint eyes like sort of leave a trail of light behind them as they turn slightly toward you, Danjan.
Can we see Kiro?
Kira, have you stood up or are you still
I mean,
stealth mode?
if the thing looked at me and said not worthy, she would have.
It
yeah.
did not. It didn't appear to
Oh.
see you.
It's just saying not worthy.
Mhm.
That's creepy. I think she'd stand up, have her glaive at the ready, especially if the door's opening, and try to get its attention. But not worthy of what?
You get the impression of it turning. It's hard to tell because all you have is silhouette.
Well,
And the eye is traced toward you. Not worthy. And it draws a sword off of its back.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, wait a second now. Let's
Mule, I don't have magic.
Come back this way.
I don't think I can punch a shadow.
I can.
Danjon's like takes a few steps out the door. Who are you looking for? Who's worthy?
Turns back to you. And puts the sword point first into the ground. Hiroki. Not worthy.
Is that a name that has any significance?
Hiroki, is that your name?
Roll history, Mule. We'll see if you get incredibly lucky again.
All right.
Which, I mean, I don't even fucking know anymore.
So history, can I roll refined education, I guess?
Yeah. 13's real fucking good. Let's see how good. Precisely on the
I'm
chart.
very smart. Wicked smart.
13. You're probably famous in your town.
Also, can we draw attention to the fact that one is a crit and one is a...
Yeah, you got a
That's
max
weird.
and a minimum.
Yeah.
I don't know that you can necessarily pinpoint like a person. You're not like, yes, this is referring to such and such. But it's an old name. It's not used as much anymore. It has a Shakespeare quality to it where it feels archaic.
This is like, yes, Hamlet.
Yeah.
Nobody uses that name anymore.
Yes, my sister Ophelia. Like, maybe if your parents are super nerds.
Yeah, if your parents are real nerdy, or just okay. Would a role like that allow me to figure if this is like a local or if they're from elsewhere?
Yeah. The name is local. And the what you can get from the silhouette, the cut of the armor, and the weapon are also local.
So a Summerlander of some kind.
Yeah, a Summerlander pre War of the Four Kingdoms.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last thing that Danton said to this entity was, Hiroki, is that your name?
Roll a persuasion.
Okay. Just the magic of concentration. That is.
It's the strongest spell in the game.
Yeah.
Kira's kind of just shifting her weight. Just ready to spring if need be, but they seem to be talking to it now.
Hey!
What is going on in this town?
Which one of you motherfuckers bribed Eric Vulgaris?
Me.
Thank you, Eric. I think everyone is just really inspired from my joke that I told on the last
Wow, we
No.
have each rolled a critical success tonight.
Crit.
And almost all of us have rolled a crit
Since the last
and
break.
a not one.
Yeah. Well,
Oh yeah.
That's
So-
also very popular tonight.
Yeah.
so
Roll 20. Are you okay?
What's funny, baby? Are you feeling all right? I mean, keep it up, but this is a great sickness.
you
Here for it.
you say that, Danjan, and the figure who is still looking at you kneels on both knees in front of behind the sword, one hand on the handle and its head bowed. I failed.
I'm sorry. What did you fail?
It was a critical.
It was a crit, yeah. So I'm gonna treat that as
21.
that's a gimme. I left to protect this place. I am not worthy.
Oh no.
Look. I know how you feel.
It looks up at you.
Yes, you are.
I am not worthy.
Yes, you are.
I fell. I could not protect them.
You can't always protect everyone.
You roll a persuasion, Kira.
Oh, a negotiation?
Yeah. 9.
That's really good for me.
Yeah, that is. I think that's as good as a pro, if I remember correctly. I swore. I swore to fight and win. I swore to end the war. I am not worthy.
The war ended a long time ago.
And the figure takes sort of a shadowy helmet off. I wasn't strong enough. How can I come home when I failed?
Your home will understand. The people that matter will understand. It's okay not to be strong.
Can you roll spirit dungeon?
Yeah.
You feel a pair of hands, one on each shoulder, behind you, Danjun. And then, Kiro, you can see this because you're looking toward the building. Two spectral white figures step out of the inn and toward the warrior. And the warrior looks up from his helmet. I am not worthy. And they walk over and each embrace him. And they say, "Thank you. Come rest. Thank you for protecting us. It's okay. You're home." And all three of them fade.
I think Danjun, now that they've faded, I imagine Kiro is like now in the eye line, like the focus switches from where they were to Kiro, and I think Danjun just like locks eyes with Kiro after that. Come back inside.
Yeah. Check the perimeter, everything's fine. So. Just kind of walking towards the inn.
Well, that was strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something outside, so I just, did.
So you jumped out the window?
Yeah.
With your injuries?
It does not compute.
You
Explain.
see a light blink on upstairs.
Just wait till you get to the island. It's
Like,
just the
isn't
way
that?
things are
I
done.
mean, yeah. Everyone jumps out window.
Why? Do you make doors?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, doors are made to be broken down,
What?
And
That
windows
doesn't
are meant
make
to be
any
jumped out of.
sense.
and windows are meant to be jumped out of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glass is
Why they're-
expensive.
That's why they're windows.
Exactly.
I'm gonna boil some water and make some tea. And then I'm gonna go back to bed. I don't know about the rest of you.
I'm gonna go back to sleep now that I know that nothing's out here. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. Hopefully.
Yeah. We see Amara come down the stairs in like a nightgown and with a
Yeah,
lantern.
Kira's definitely in her pajamas.
Yeah.
Which are
And,
just
like,
covered
Mule
in
and
dirt.
Glaive, covered in
Mule is
dirt.
getting water and is like hooking the kettle over the fire.
Is everything okay?
Great.
Oh,
It's perfectly safe.
we just heard a loud noise outside, and we wanted to
it
make
out.
sure that the place was safe.
Oh.
Golden.
She's good at
Professional.
security things.
Used to be in the military.
Yeah.
Could I actually talk to you for a second? Sorry.
No, that's fine.
She's gonna like go away from the others.
Why'd you tell us to stay away from the fireplace?
Oh. Well. One, because it's dangerous and we don't have a grate. But a long time ago, James and my ancestors built this place when a friend of theirs left for a war. And so our family has been taking care of this for when they come home. But at night sometimes you can hear them, their spirits, by the fire. Sometimes guests get a little spooked.
I don't think you're gonna hear them anymore.
She looks a little confused for a second, and then she gets like a sort of knowing look and smiles. That's good. She puts a hand on the wall. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's... I don't know. Hard to accept that you didn't do anything wrong. We're kind of dealing with that. Not to put that on you.
Not at all.
But anyway, I think they're all together.
Well, all things in time.
Yeah, I hope so.
Why don't you go ahead and get some rest? I'm gonna get some sleep myself. She walks over and like locks the door.
Sorry, when we hear noises, we have to go hunting.
You have that sort of air around you. But that's good.
We won't keep you up anymore.
It's fine. The world needs people like you.
Thanks.
She goes upstairs, and I think that is where we can end our episode. So, that was episode 16. Thank you all so much for this. Before we get going, let's go around, say who we are, where people can find us, what we do, that sort of stuff. Starting with Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess. You can find me in various places on the internet. That way. Rather.
So many places.
Yeah, there's a bunch now. I made a game, I do voice acting, and I'm in a game, and I'm on a lot of TTRPG games on channels. And I play games on my channel. A lot of games. And cat pictures, and sometimes I draw stuff, like the art in this one. Thanks. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I don't know. I don't have anything to self-promote. I think I'm coming down with a cold literally right now.
Oh.
My brain is turning to mush.
I honestly
Get
couldn't hate anything worse than that.
I hate that feeling when you just feel it like
Yeah.
Yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Oh. Rest up. Hopefully it passes quickly. Our sweet herder lamb.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Just a Summer Job. It's where I retweet everything that I am doing. Most immediately, tomorrow, I will be on Salty Sweet Games. I am emceeing a one-shot of Alas for the Awful Sea for Lauren's birthday. Her birthday's today, so if you haven't wished her happy birthday, please do. But But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I have a channel off the table, off_the table here on Twitch, and we have Urban Shadows going on Thursdays and Fridays. I think come the last week in August is when we're going to be coming back with a lot of stuff. So keep an eye out on Twitter, off_the table. And yeah, I just made a game, Futurity. So if you want to check that out, I have a couple games out on itch.io. So yes, do that. That's all.
Definitely check out Off the Table when shows renew, because I might be on some of them.
Many of them.
It's a thing.
Check them out.
We can't stop. We can't be quiet.
We really can't. Our voice of spiritual reason, Jolie.
Hi. Yeah, this was really fun tonight. It was a really, sweet episode, and I am digging it. You can find me on Twitter at Joliolio. I have my own channel called Pen and Paper Pals, where we're playing every other week on Sundays, playing Burning Wheel at noon Pacific. That'll be next Sunday. I'm also playing on Off the Table, a campaign of Urban Shadows called Sanguihona, and you should check that out too. That's on Thursday at 6 p.m. And otherwise, I think that's everything I'm up to right now, and then Ryuutama every Sunday. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And last but certainly not least, our veteran, Lindy.
So good at sneaking. But yeah, and I hunted my first fully land animal.
Yeah.
Today, y'all. I am so proud of my girl. I love playing Kira. I love playing with you guys. It's a super fun game. You can find me online playing other super fun games, and DMing them on my channel, Laugh Love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. Check out my schedule there. This next month is kind of just I don't know. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled for schedule updates as they happen. I can say for a fact though that tomorrow night on Mondays in Exandria on my channel, we have a guest Donathan Fry, who is super duper awesome. If you haven't seen him, you should definitely check it out. He's playing a super creepy artificer that I'm trying to convince to join my pyramid scheme warlock patron cult. So that should be super fun, and you should definitely check it out.
Awesome. And I am Anarsis, aka Dylan. That's backwards. Whatever. I've been going by Anarsis for pretty much my entire life on the internet, so it's essentially a second name for me. You can find me at Anarsis on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and itch.io. YouTube is where you find this stuff recorded. If you are not already following, because we got a bunch of raiders tonight, so obviously thank you to everybody who sent raids our way. If you're not already following and you like this and you want more good emotional role-playing, hit that follow button up in the top right of your screen here on Twitch, where you can get notified when we go live with this and other shows. I will be streaming again on Wednesday, where if you like emotions and you like crying, come by on Wednesday at 5 Pacific. I'm going to be playing Finding Paradise, which is the sequel to the RPG Maker game To the Moon, which made me, I almost ugly cried streaming that one. So I'm probably going to cry. I cried twice tonight during this show. So I'll probably... I'm just sort of in a weepy mood these days, so if you want to see a really sweet story, come by on Wednesday for that. On Saturday, you can catch me as well as Jess here at noon Pacific for the finale of Fun Shots Where Memories Sleep, our JRPG-inspired Ryuutama hybrid game.
You'll probably cry then, too.
If you like crying, follow the fucking channel. Follow the channel. We got you covered. Or if you like watching other people cry, that's also acceptable. Yes, Summer says in chat, I love crying. It's true. And then, of course, in a week from today at 6 Pacific on Sunday, you'll be able to see episode 17 of Ryuutama se yo, where they will be setting out once more and perhaps entering a new town. we shall see. So yeah, that's everything I got, but don't go anywhere unless you're going to bed, in which case, like, of course, get some sleep. I will have a raid for you, another awesome streamer to go watch, so stick around for that. But thank you, all of you, for coming and hanging out and watching us cry. Thank you to Variant Rolls for the 13-person raid. Holy fuck. Thank you to Imperator Penguin. Hi. For the raid of 7. Thank you, Rock, just now at the end of the show for the 200 bits going to that channel-wide bit goal, heading toward our Things from the Flood one-shot, which we are making some pretty good progress on. Ooh, and while I'm talking about that update on the Monster of the Week one-shot, I've got a cast put together. We're getting scheduling figured out, but it's a thing. It's coming. I promise it's a thing. But that'll probably be... What month is it? July still? It'll probably be like mid-late August is when we get that rolling around.
Still July?
Right? So, yeah, keep an eye out for that. Thank you all so much for chatting, watching, lurking, watching this on YouTube, whatever it may be. Thank you so much. But most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night.